Terraria has changed a lot over time. New items, balance changes and overhauled weapons constantly reshape how we play the game, and with every update the meta gets turned completely upside down. Sometimes it's quality of life changes to make our experience more comfortable, another time it's completely new weapons or old ones being buffed. In today's video we take a look at the best new early game items and how to get them. If we start the game, one of the biggest first goals is a good weapon. While melees, rangers and mages have a fair amount of options, the summoner was a bit short of options early on until the 1.4.5 update introduced Foxsparks. Foxsparks is obtainable in the very same way Cattiva is. They will spawn on grass, jungle grass, snow or ice blocks during daytime on the outer edges of the map, surrounded by goblin archer, which we have to defeat in order to free them. They will appear with a very low chance on the outer edges of the world, exactly like goblin scouts. So whenever you see a goblin scout, you know you are far enough to eventually encounter one of the new Palworld summons. While Cattiva does an okay amount of damage and is not too bad, Foxsparks on the other hand is most likely the best summoning we can potentially get right from the beginning with a fair amount of luck. Foxsparks can be used as a weapon that deals summoning damage when used, otherwise the pet will deal damage like a normal summon. This is a very unique mechanic I really like to see more of, and both the pad and the extra attack deal a lot of damage. So even if you aren't playing summoner, this is most likely the best pad you can get your hands on. I mean, not just most likely, this thing is absolutely insane. It also serves as a light source, and it's safe to say that Foxsparks is one of the very best weapons overall, but relies a lot on luck. Maybe start building your base right ahead on the outer edges of the map to have a better chance to find him. The next item is a total game changer. The roller skates. What looks like a gimmick or fun toy turns out to be one of the very best items we can get our hands on fairly easy. It's sold by both the traveling and the skeleton merchant for 15 and 10 gold respectively. But why they are such a game changer? The roller skates accelerate faster and have a higher max speed than all boots, including Terraspark boots. On top of it, they also increase the jump height, which means the roller skates are some sort of all-in-one. Higher speed, better jumping and faster acceleration. I think it doesn't need much explanation of how much they change just about any pre-Hardmode boss, including the Wall of Flash. And as you can already see, the roller skates also act as a minecart, so it's safe to say they are useful no matter what, and 15 or 10 gold to purchase them are made fairly quick. The next item, or more likely the next change, is a weapon that wasn't really an option before 1.4.5 but has received a major buff. The Mandible Blade can now be thrown at an incredible fast speed, which is outclassing the Star Fury and many other great early game weapons. I mean, look at this. Considering this is a pre-boss melee weapon, it does very well. Now, unlike the Star Fury, which is exclusive to chest, the Mandible Blade can be farmed with a 2% chance from antlion chargers and swarmers. Considering they spawn a lot in the desert, you can farm the blade fairly quick and use it for most pre-Hardmode bosses. So just in case you missed the changes to the Mandible Blade, it's now really worth using it, especially if you plan to grind the desert anyway. Heading to one of the most popular new mounts in Terraria, Chillet. Chillet, or more likely both of them, are two newer mounts added to Terraria and behave exactly the same. Only difference is the coloring, whether you prefer pink or blue. Chillet is 50% faster than Hermes boots, comes with a built-in dash that does 35 damage and also provides iframes when you dash through enemies. The cooldown of the dash is much lower than the Shield of Cthulhu's dash, so you can technically dash all the time. All of those abilities combined for a single mount sounds pretty good, right? Well, it's getting even better because Chillet will increase your damage output by 10%, like all of your attacks. I mean, it's pretty huge. And I don't know man, but it feels like this thing could be the target of a nerf in the future, because obviously a 10% buff to all damage is pretty huge no matter what progression stage. And talking about progression stage, Chillet can be found underground right from the bat, like when you start the game you have potentially already chance to find a huge dragon egg. How it works is fairly simple. There's a limited number of huge dragon eggs in each world that are placed during world generation, and more do not generate afterwards. The number is 6 in small worlds, 9 in medium worlds and 12 in large worlds. You will find them underground on Cavern Layer, and I strongly recommend to use a Spelunker potion to expose them. Basically, Chillet is even more broken than Foxsparks, and I seriously think it will get nerfed. Let me know what you think about Chillet and if you think it can be considered broken or balanced. But even outside of combat, we have plenty of new good quality of life items. One of them is the Shimmer Gun. Considering we have defeated King Slime and looted at least one useless slime gun, the slime gun is finally not just for fun but has a purpose since a bigger and bolder update. We can now shimmer the slime gun into a shimmer gun, which applies the same effect to NPCs and players as the shimmer does, which means the shimmer gun is by far the most comfortable way to shimmer NPCs into their second form and toy around with some critters. The gun can also shimmer torches into the biome version. It seems like a little change, but it's quality of life changes like these which I really like. And for those being curious if it works, no. So as of now, the shimmer gun is more for cosmetic purpose, but I know many people who prefer the shimmered form of NPCs, so that's a nice addition. Another really great addition is the Ram Rune. The Ram Rune is found in golden dungeon chests and dungeon fishing crates. Once equipped, we are able to perform a ground pound, dealing damage on impact that increases if we did it from a height of 10 tiles or more. If we make contact with a mob while using the ground pound, we are granted with a 0.1 second immunity frame. Now it doesn't seem to look too strong on first glance, but when you witness the knockback of this thing, I mean, look at this. It is really great for crowd control. This is great to deal with mobs, but also for bosses to quickly dodge projectiles. The good news is, by using a ground pound we become 100% immune to fall damage, and thus it's also a great utility item to quickly travel through Elevator. It is a good alternative to the slime saddle, not used in the mount but accessory slot. Sadly it's available a bit later, as we need to defeat skeleton first in order to enter the dungeon. And talking about great new utility tools, there's another pet from Palworld that is easily found in the desert right from the beginning. The Digtoise. The Digtoise and Cattiva are the first pets with the ability to mine. However, Digtoise is doing a much better job. It has a mining speed of 26%, which is lower than any pickaxe, including the copper pickaxe. But unlike Cattiva, Digtoise is able to mine 3 blocks at a time, perfectly measured for a tunnel or even a elevator. It's fairly easy to spot and find one in the desert while using a Spelunker potion with no other requirements right from the beginning. This adds just another good reason to grind the desert early on. I really like the addition of pets being able to help out and hope we see more of that in the future. You know, when the last final update arrives. These are some selected and undeniably some of the best early game items as of now. If we are able to find a Chillet and Foxsparks early on in the game, we're technically already good to go for the most bosses with some cheap armor or a bit of life. Additionally, Cattiva, Digtoise or the Ram Rune add a lot more utility and new options very early in the game. I hope you enjoyed today's video and support the channel by subscribing. This was Foxsparks and I see you next time.